Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spider-Man, he eats your hands. Spider-Man, he can. God, wouldn't it be f***ed up if Spider-Man ate your hands, though? You know, there's an alternate universe Spider-Man where, like, the spider gives him a super virus disease and it makes him, like, a hyper cancer man and is fucked up and crazy. You know what's wild to me? Is, like, Marvel's darker stories are always lame compared to DC's darker stories. Like, DC gets fucked up with it. Pizza time. And Marvel's always like, yeah, what if this shit was really sad? And may you cry? Wouldn't that be crazy? Trash can. Marvel Ruin. Oh, yeah, is it called that? I just know a little bit about it because I think Spider-Man's fucking stupid. When is MODOK going to peel somebody like an orange? I think it'll be epic when he does that. I think MODOK should eat somebody with his big head and then bite them a bunch. It'd be crazy, I think. Marvel Zombies gave us the saddest version of Spider-Man. Marvel Zombies fucking sucks. I don't know what it is about Marvel Zombies. Like, the art's pretty cool. But, God, it just fucking sucks. And I say that because, like, it's just fucking boring. And maybe that's just because I'm tired of, like, zombie media in general, but Jesus, Marvel Zombies sucks. It's so easy to make Marvel fans mad. Marvel comic book fans get so fucking angry when you say that something sucks. It's amazing. It's like you're filling me up with so much energy and so much power. It's like, you know how, like, I'm getting more powerful with the vitriol. Oh, I'm not allowed. That's right, I forgot. Spider-Man doesn't take the subway. How could I forget that Spider-Man refuses to take the subway? Where's Miles Morales so I can see him listening to the real spider question? Organic web shooters or mechanical web shooters? Organic fucking sucks. Mechanical's way cooler and has way more utility. Organic web shooters are a fucking cop-out and they're fucking lame. Immediately, they're fucking lame. You know why? It's just because they're so limited in what Spider-Man can do with them. And also, Spider-Man is way cooler when he's an actual scientist. Organic web shooters makes more sense. No, they don't. They're stupid. They make less sense. Mechanical web shooters are the canon. And also, they're way fucking cooler because Spider-Man is supposed to be smart. Spider-Man can do so many different things with the web shooters if they're mechanical. When they're not mechanical, when they're organic, he only has one kind of web fluid. And at that point, if he wants more utility, he can just make mechanical, but then why even use the organic? The organic one is way less important and dumber. And also, organic web shooters are the exception to the rule. The mechanical web shooters are usually the canon in Spider-Man. If you've read any comics in all the other Spider-Man movies that aren't the Raimi ones, Spider-Man has mechanical web shooters. It's unfortunate that in the Marvel movies that Spider-Man is basically just Iron Man's son. Because like I said, Spider-Man has different kinds of web fluid, and also, he's a scientist. When you give him organic web shooters, you make him more of a dork. And I mean, like, not even a good dork, like a lame dork. And it works in the setting of the movie, but in a bigger Spider-Man world, in a bigger world with Spider-Man, at the end of the day, he would still make mechanical web shooters because of the utility involved. Organic web shooters just suck. They are terrible. And also, you're so much more limited with organic web shooters. Because if you think about it, eventually you're going to run out of web fluid. You're just going to run out of web fluid. It's just gonna how it be. I will understand if you prefer them, but honestly, they almost always are. Hey, you can shoot web from your hand without having to be a scientist. So they literally take a dimension away from the character. And you run out with mechanical ones as well. Yeah, but you could have refills. There's no reason he can't have different types of web fluid with organic shooters. Okay, how does that work though? Okay, let me ask you this then. How does that work? You explain this to me right now. How would he have different types of web fluid with organic web shooters? We'll talk about this. We'll argue. Yeah, I'll get into fucking tiffs with comic nerds who are wrong. Different sacs in his body. How would that not have a visible difference in his physiology? And also, if it was organic, what kind of webs would he store in his body that he would need different sacs for if it was organic? Different web glands. Okay, explain to me what kind of webbing he would have inside of his own body now. I want you to justify this to me. No, genuinely, I want you to justify this to me. We're going to get into an argument, and I'm going to prove the mechanical web shooters are better. What happens when he runs out? What happens when he has a blockage? What happens when he gets sick and he can't produce web naturally? What happens if he loses his Spider-Man powers due to losing confidence? With the addition of the web shooters, the different kinds of web fluids that he could use are literally limitless. With organic web shooters, he's limited. The other thing is like, oh, different sacks, right? Well, then if you're going by organic logic and that he can only hold, he could hold different web fluids in his body, which has never been the case before, and you're making it up as you go, because you're wrong, and you need a defense. You need an easy defense for it, and you know you're wrong, and you know I'm winning, so you got to fight me. I'm right. It's sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm fucking right. I'm so sorry that you're wrong. You can come up with bullshit ways to win this argument, but also, Spider-Man cannot have limitless glands inside of his body. Spider-Man can make limitless kinds of web fluid as a scientist. And also, Spider-Man is not just his powers.
Got it, boss.
The web shooters also, like I said, which you're ignoring this facet of the argument completely, by the way, and I know you're just, half of this is just kind of baiting me to continue the argument. You don't understand that Spider-Man as a scientist is a huge facet of his character that they don't explore enough in the Marvel movies, especially the Raimi movie, especially Marvel, the Disney Marvel movies come the closest to it, I think, but they're also kind of lame in how they do it because they just, like, you know, Tony Stunk. Yeah, Spider-Man is a nerd, and taking away the web shooters, while cool for, like, a fun movie setting, like, I'm not gonna lie, I love Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, right? I do. I'm not saying that they're bad movies. I'm not saying that they're terrible. What I am saying is that Spider-Man as a whole is awful with the idea of organic shooters, and also people get way too mired in the idea of organic shooters because people forget about the facets of these characters. They just think cool power. You forget about the potential of these characters. You think just cool power. And also, he still gets powers. He gets you know, enhanced reflexes. He gets the spider sense. He gets enhanced strength, enhanced healing. The organic web shooters just aren't necessary. He doesn't need them. For the Raimi movies, they work because they're part of that kind of like kitschy Raimi charm pre-Marvel Spider-Man movies. But also, people are way more than just, like, their powers, and that's a dimension of Spider-Man that I don't think is explored enough, is that he's a nerd. And it's way cooler to me that he uses science to make the web shooters than, like, just having them. It's way cooler that he makes them. That's way fucking cooler, IMO. Saying the organic power cool, the cool factor, I don't see the cool factor there. I don't. What if he's fucking Mary Jane and the web shooters go off at the same time? Brendan, maybe you should invent arms that bend properly. Moving on to name calling, since I'm so fucking right. Be mad, be angry. You know what? I'm just gonna be combative today. I've given up. I'm no longer Mr. Nice Guy. I'm just gonna be asshole Noto guy. That's my bet now. What if somebody milks him for his webs? What if he has a new villain called the Milker that milks him for his webs? How fucking horrible would that be? Actually, no, you know what? People would love that. I love the Milker. He's fucking awesome. Okay, why webs? Because nerd. Why not just wires? Because wires wouldn't be useful in catching criminals, and also web shooting fluid. One is way more scientist cool, and two, wires, you wouldn't be able to carry the same amount of wires as you would web fluid, which I believe is explored in one of the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, why he goes with web fluid and why he goes with the spider motif in general. Already explained. Wires are useful. I mean, Batman uses wires, but Batman's also not spider-themed. Which, it's web fluid partially because he's a fucking dork. Like I said, you can fight me on this, but I will consistently say the mechanical web shooters are way cooler and better in every instance versus the organic ones, unless you have a longing and attachment to the Spider-Man Raimi movies, in which case I totally understand if that's your reasoning for liking them.
Looks like I'm clear.
Otherwise, they suck. But I do understand why people like the organic web shooters, because cool powers and it simplifies some things. It cuts out a lot of the movies of Spider-Man being a nerd and a dork, which I don't like because I think there's a facet of his character that should be explored more. But I do understand. I do get it. Now, organic web shooters are super fucking weird. They're rare. They are not in most of the Spider-Man comics. 90% of the Spider-Man comics, Spider-Man does not have organic web shooters. It's all mechanical web shooters. It is a core facet of the Spider-Man character to have mechanical web shooters. That's why it's weird that the Raimi movies have it. They're part of that Raimi weirdness. Spider-Man is always always mechanical web slingers. Always mechanical web shooters. Plus, with mechanical web shooters, you could sell so many more toys to kids. That's gotta be it. Let me in the pipe. I'm getting in there. Let me in the factory. And that's because Peter was a scientist.
Hello?
Motherfuckers forget about Peter. He's a scientist. I hate that they forget this, and they do this in the Disney Marvel movies, but hot doo-doo. But a big problem that I have with the Disney Marvel movies is fucking, they have to attach him to Iron Man, which is so fucking lame. And I just don't like that they got to attach him to Iron Man. Like, why? Why? When was it organic shooters other than the Raimi movies? I literally cannot think of an instance. I was just saying 90% is kind of like a, hey, just in case I'm wrong bit. Because I can admit that. I'm stupid as fuck sometimes. I could craft the electric web. See, he could never use the electric web if it was organic. He would himself every time he fired it from his web sack. Brennan, can you do an impression of Dafoe Goblin? Hi, it's me, Willem Dafoe the Goblin. Sorry. Hi, it's me, Willem Dafoe the Goblin. I'm going to get you, Spider-Man. And your little dog, too. Is that a good one? I think that's a good one. Also, I feel like if Marvel really wants to diversify in, like, the weird... I feel like they definitely should explore, you know, Man-Spider shit? I feel like they should explore Man-Spider shit. I fucking love Man-Spider. Man-Spider is basically just Man-Bat, but it happens to Peter Parker, and I think it's really funny when it happens. Because, like, they do Venom. But, like, Man-Spider is also very funny. They should do Man-Spider and Spider-Man. They should make him a Man-Spider. Good fucking hops, by the way, officer. Great fucking hops. Want to see me, my Man-Spider? I hope they do that in the next Spider-Man Miles Morales movie. Love me, my Man-Spider. Good bit. Really strange a bunch of multiverse stories came out at once. Not really. I mean, it's just going to be the big thing. I feel like they wasted like 10 years of comic book stories by immediately going to multiversal shit. Because one, Crisis on Infinite Earths is the best multiversal story, and that's DC. And then two, the Marvel stuff, they're dead ending themselves right away. Because you can't do anything after you go to the multiverse except for reboot. Comic books figured that out pretty early. Because once you do multiversal stuff, you basically have to reboot and then start these characters all over from scratch and tell the same origin stories over and over and over again. And it's unfortunate, but like, are they going to do the multiversal stuff in the Marvel movies and then immediately start rebooting all these movies again? When are we getting the Brendaniel multiverse? I'll be in your dreams. Don't worry. You're going to have a weird fucked up dream of me. I'm going to be like sipping on a latte, drinking hot coffee, and you're going to go, why is Brendan in my dream? And then I'm going to hit you with it. You're not going to know. You're just not going to know. You're not going to know. Goku could beat Superman. I mean, yeah, probably. I'm not one of the death battle guys. Goku versus Coughing Baby. Begin. The thing is about death battle stuff too is fights in Dragon Ball Z. The world, you have to specify. If Goku is fighting in the, okay, and I'm gonna be real about this, like real fucking nerdy. I'm gonna get real fucking psycho nerdy with this. If Superman and Goku are fighting, it depends on whatever Earth they're fighting on. Are they fighting in Goku's Earth, or are they fighting in Superman's Earth? Because you have people who use Ki and Chi in DC, and Superman could probably kick their ass. But if they're fighting in Goku's Earth, Superman is an unknown. He's an alien, which means the power scaling is bigger, which means Superman could literally, like, power up and probably do, like, crazy transform stuffs. So you don't know, because the rules of the world work differently in each world. The worst versus hypotheticals are the ones that are, like, they aren't using morals. Well, Goku, people often forget in the giant, like, hypotheticals that when you're talking about Goku versus anybody, Goku would want to fight for fun. And so, like, if Goku lost, it wouldn't even be in bad taste. Because if Superman and Goku legitimately fought, Goku would want to do it with Superman's permission. He would fight for fun. And if Superman wouldn't want to do it, Goku wouldn't fight him. I mean, Superman is also known for taking friendly bouts. Like, look at his race with the Flash. Yeah, they could have a friendly fight. They could be buddies. They could be pals. Yeah, I could see Goku and Superman sharing a Pepsi. They love drink they Pepsi together. They love hanging out. Saying Goku likes Duff. Superman likes Pawtucket Patriot. This is just like, oh God, would Peter Griffin, do you think that Peter Griffin and Goku, who would win? Do you think that Goku should fight Peter Griffin's chicken nemesis? I think that would be really cool. Monkey. God, what if he opened up his fucking door and Funko Pops just fell out? That'd be so fucking crazy. Well, Peter, you gotta stop collecting. Was he getting kicked out? Damn. Damn, bitch, you live like this? Listen here, are you trying to steal garbage right out of the streets? That's not cool. Spider-Man, that man just dropped 8 feet. You broke his fucking back 8 feet onto the concrete. I'm Spider-Man, and I'm fucking epic, actually. But Spider-Man, you severed that man's vertebrae. That's cool. He's fine. He's normal. Bro, I would love to watch a YouTube channel where Spider-Man makes web bombs for, like, porch pirates. People who steal, like, packages and shit. I would love to watch a YouTube series like that. Hey, everybody. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man here today. I put a bunch of web bombs inside of these iPad cases and put them on my front porch. That way, when somebody steals it, they get a nasty surprise. 15 were dead today as a web bomb was set off in an iPad box. Nobody knew that these people were in a warehouse, abandoned and derelict, and nobody found them until 4 days later when they found their desiccated and dried corpses hanging off of the walls. Spider-Man has killed, and he will kill again. Baby. Is that a Big Boss baby? Yeah, that was a baby J. Jonah Jameson, and he'd be like, Num-Nums! Get me Num-Nums, now! Listen here, I want Num-Nums on my desk by the end of the day. If I don't see Num-Nums, I'm gonna freak out. I will cry, I will shit. I want a diaper, for God's sake. Now, two things. Give me a picture of Spider-Man, and also, get me a big bowl of peas and carrots. Mush them all up. The mushier, the better. Now open, buy one, get one free at the pizzeria. Oh my God, I'm losing my fucking mind. Birds aren't real, Brendan. Birds are drones. Birds are drones. Birds are drones. You know what's really a drone? Those of you with which you sit on your phone all day, watching and consuming media that you enjoy. You are actually a drone. A zombie on the TikTok. A zombie on the Twitch. You're even a zombie when you're looking at the twitter.com. Saying that birds are drones? Well, guess what, idiot? You better start cawing. God, wouldn't it be fucked up if I went to TwitchCon and, like, there was just a murder of crows waiting for me and they were all wearing tiny Brendan shirts? They're all going, ah! And that was just my entire chat. They just flew there. All of you are just crows and birds. That'd be so fucked. I would freak out, I think. I think that would make me freak out. Brendan, you did win an award at TwitchCon this year. It's actually the largest bird audience. I was wondering why I don't get any bits and subs, and instead I get shiny treasures dropped off at my doorstep every day. I was wondering about that. Do you know how many nuts and bolts I have? I have bazillions of them. Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Alexa, order 50 pounds of birdseed. I'm so fucking sorry. Chat. There's one chat member who listens on speakers, and every fucking time it's just to fuck with them, and I feel so bad, but it's really funny. Alexa, order 55 pounds of birdseed. Yes. Confirm order, Alexa. I'm just... fucking losing it. I'm just fucking imagining the horrible fucking, imagine you like leave the stream on and I just start doing the bit and I just keep saying yes and you're like, why the fuck is there this giant credit card bill? What the fuck? And you get an entire pallet of Tide Pods to your fucking house. That's just so fucking horrible. Just imagine being the motherfucker who watches a streamer and, like, you're rich, but, like, also you just have an Alexa and you have the speakers on. And that motherfucker orders $500 worth of Tide Pods to your house. It's so fucking... It's so fucking evil. A semi-truck arrives at your doorstep and it just... Tide Pods just spill out in a wave. Brendan! You shake your fist to the sky. Stop them from dealing all that cocaine and all that free cash, Peter. Peter, wouldn't it be wild if you took that cash, those unmarked bills, in a big bag, Peter? Peter, wouldn't it be crazy? You're worried about money, and there's a giant bag of crime cash right there, Peter. I love it when there's giant bags of crime cash, and Peter Parker's like, I can't do that. I can't take the crime cash. I would never take the crime cash. That's a bad boy thing. I'm a good boy. He says, choking on his fucking, I don't know, like a rice cracker, because that's all he can afford is a big box of saltines or something. Spider-Man would be way cooler if he smoked weed. The fact that he doesn't smoke weed in any iteration of Spider-Man is actually fucking horrible. Doesn't Spider-Man have, like, the bullshit superhero thing, though, where, like, he has an enhanced metabolism, so, like, he processes out, like, alcohol faster, which is, like, a superhero thing, where it's like, you can't get me drunk because I have a hypermetabolism, meaning that I process alcohol because it is poison. No, Brennan, that's a brand risk. Why is it a brand risk? People fucking love weed. Spider-Man should also love weed. Shut up, J. Jonah Jameson. Spider-Man is a big, stinky son of a bitch. I'm gonna crush him, and I'm gonna fucking squeeze all the blood out of him. I'm gonna be like wine. Advertising to kids. Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. You could do an adult Spider-Man story, and then just call it Weed Spider-Man, and people would love it. Spider-Man could fucking totally do, like, a big fat stogie on top of a fucking huge tower. The fact that he doesn't is actually awful. Spider-Man should smoke a big, fat, fucking luxurious blunt. Madison Square Garden. That's not what is this garden called? Shit. Oh, God, why can't I remember? Central Park. I remembered. Shut up. Like, shut up, I remembered. It took me a minute. It took me way longer than it probably... Am I dead? Did I die? I got really confused for a second there. I thought I was a dieter man. Fucked up that people take carriage rides. Because, like, didn't we invent the horseless carriage for a reason? To get rid of the horses? The fact of the matter is, we still have horses in this day and age, and I think that's a tragedy. Get rid of all horses. I'm running for president on a platform of no horses. Horse divorce. Divorce this horse from the city. What about horse girls? Who? They'll have to just have... Listen, if we get rid of all horses, horse girls will always have the big book of horses. Right? Horse girls will always have the big book of horses. They don't need real horses. They just need to imagine horses. That's why they'll always have the big book of horses. Get rid of the big book of horses. Well, hey, no, that's taking it a step too far here. You get rid of the big book of horses and you're asking for trouble. I don't want no trouble. I do not want to remove the big book of horses. Brendan, you ran on a campaign and you won. You're the president now. But they're calling for it. They're yelling for it. They're saying that they want you to get rid of the big book of horses, Brendan. Well, fact of the matter is, after getting rid of every horse, some anti-horse, there's an anti-horse militant legion that has started. I did not start them. It was not my fault at all. But now they want to get rid of all horse-related media, and I don't agree with that. Personally, I think that we should keep references to horses. But now that we've gotten rid of all the horses and made a giant horse flesh ball in the middle of New York City, I think days will be a lot happier in town. People will be a lot better overall. And also, we have a giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City. And I think that's all you can really ask for. Now, Mr. President, what will you do about the giant ball of horse meat? It's starting to stink and rot. Well, the giant ball of horse meat is there for pleasure. You can do whatever you want with it. You can roll the giant ball of horse meat. You can take a little horse meat out for yourself. There just is a 10 stories tall giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City. You can do whatever you want with it. Mr. President, can I fuck the giant ball of horse meat? I mean, I would, personally, I'd advise against it. But if you wanted to, if you were so inclined, I'd have to say no. We're introducing legislation this autumn to make the giant ball of horse meat unfuckable. We are always spraying down the giant ball of horse meat so that it will always be clean. And we have gotten rid of every horse. Are you doing Obama? Shouldn't you be doing Biden? I'm not doing Obama. This is what I would sound like as president. What? But Mr. President, you said it was for anything, even pleasure. Why would you make fucking the giant ball of horse meat illegal? Well, I see, when I said pleasure, I meant fun, not sexual pleasure. Should have asked me, sexual gratification is not on the table for the giant ball of horse meat. I think that you're a freak, and I think I'm going to have you arrested just for saying that. Anyway, Brendaniel 2038. I will be running on a get rid of every horse and put them into a giant ball of horse meat platform. I hope you like it. Mr. President, the giant horse meat ball has gained sentience. What do you plan to do about it? Well, we're going to strap rockets onto the giant ball of horse meat, and we're going to attach a giant carriage to it that will consist of much of the world's wood supply. And we're going to be taking people into what we call the giant ball of horse meat space arc, and using the perpetual locomotion of the giant ball of horse meat and the wizard necromancy there within, we are going to bring all of Earth's citizens off into space. You will be cryogenically frozen. And the giant ball of horse meat will hopefully lead us to a new planet, and we can ruin that one instead. See, I've thought of everything. This just in. All 300 to 400 million citizens of the United States have just decided, that's right, they've decided to go with the giant ball of horse meat into space. We don't know what's going to be done. Some people stayed behind. But we really don't know what's going to happen to them. And Godspeed, may they have a good time up there. Well, you see, for every horse, we get a little horsepower. And the giant ball of horse meat was just a ruse to advance space travel further beyond what we normally have done. Now we have a giant sentient orb ship made entirely of horse flesh, making us much smarter than anybody else. Just writing a Rick and Morty episode. You can say that about any wacky sci-fi. Fucking Jesus. If I start talking wacky, this is the problem, and this is a problem like I have with funny sci-fi. Any funny sci-fi, somebody can just say this is a Rick and Morty bit, and immediately it's like, you're right. You're not wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong. You're right. Rick and Morty is funny sci-fi, and I am doing a funny sci-fi bit. You know what I would never do? Giant incest baby like Rick and Morty did. You remember that? When Rick and Morty did a giant incest baby named Naruto? Remember that? As I do. Rick and Morty did a giant incest baby. Don't forget. But it's not a giant ball of horse meat. And I think I would handle the giant ball of horse meat a lot differently. See, because like in Rick and Morty, the giant ball of horse meat, it'd be like, oh shit, the giant ball of horse meat. Oh fuck, oh shit. But in my world, it's treated completely seriously. Rick and Morty does this bit where everything is a joke and everything sucks and everybody is in on the joke. Except for like Jerry. But I would treat it 100%. I would give the giant ball of horse meat the reverence that it deserves, so that it goes from funny sci-fi to scary sci-fi. Because at first you're like, haha, the giant ball of horse meat, but then you're like, oh god, the giant ball of horse meat. And then I'd have John Mulaney writing the giant ball of horse meat. I can't believe. Now, if you can believe it, there is a giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City. Yeah, John Mulaney? Yeah? There's a giant ball of horse meat and everybody's eating from it. They love the taste, they love how big it is, they love how bulbous it is. But why is there a giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City? Who put it there? John Mulaney's voice is halfway between Snagglepuss and Jerry Seinfeld, but way more cocaine. Different celebrities reacting. Imagine different celebrities reacting to the giant ball of horse meat. Christopher Walken. What do you say about the giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City? Wow, what a great thing it is. You could feed so many people with the giant ball of horse meat. I think it's a wonderful thing. I don't think it's bad per se, but I do think that there are some people who may not like the giant ball of horse meat. Me personally, I love it. I do Gilbert Gottfried. Hey, it's me, Gilbert Gottfried. I love the giant ball of horse meat, but I do think it's getting a little bit stinky, so maybe somebody should take care of it. That's a great Gilbert Gottfried, by the way. Fucking perfect. Celebrities are paid off by the giant ball of horse meat industry. Also, this is the worst fucking bit. Why am I continuing this bit? Why do all these fucking celebrities keep getting paid off by the giant ball of horse meat industry? They just want to keep us down, man. They don't want us to know what's inside the giant ball of horse meat at all. What's a celebrity voice I can do? Like Timothy Chalamet is like, I did not get paid off by the giant ball of horse meat industry. I chose to say nice things about the giant ball of horse meat of my own volition, and I'm not buying a new summer home with the proceeds from the giant ball of horse meat money that I have or have not gotten. A giant ball of horse meat is turning the frickin' frogs gay. The liberals have taken the giant ball of horse meat, and they're trying to get rid of it. All right? Here's the fucking thing. Hillary Clinton is saying that the giant ball of horse meat is hers. Now here's what we gotta do. We gotta gather all freedom warriors. We gotta go directly into New York City. And we have to claim the giant ball of horse meat. You know, Neil Armstrong went to the moon. You know, he did that. I believe that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But he put a flag on the moon. And that flag claimed the moon for Neil Armstrong. What I'm saying is, all freedom warriors need to gather together right now. And we need to plant a flag, the American flag, mind you, on top of the giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City. That way, we always know that it's ours. It's our giant ball of horse meat. Did you guys see the new Marvel movie? Fucked up and crazy. The giant ball of horse meat is getting its own spin-off movie. Wild. It's actually going to get a limited series as well. It's fucking wild. It's wild. This is genuinely the worst bit, and I keep continuing it, building layers and layers on top of it. And I have to keep bringing attention to it because, like, VOD watchers are going to be wondering, why the fuck did he talk about the giant ball of horse meat for 4 hours? And I'm going to be like, listen, I don't have a reason. I just kept going with it because I thought it was funny. When the moon hits your eye like a giant ball of horse meat, that's amore. That's amore. March, giant ball of horse meat. Cowabungus. And then Bart gets crushed by the giant ball of horse meat. Brendan, this is just you entering that room in Half-Life as different YouTubers. Here's my problem with bits sometimes, is I like to build on them even when they're not funny, and then I continue the bit way beyond where the expiration of the bit is, because I think that's funny. The genuine problem with my humor is that I think that trying way too hard is in itself funny. It's a problem, and, like, it's on purpose. Like, I know that, like, I keep going with the bit when the bit is far beyond dead. But I genuinely love going way beyond the bit and continuing the bit, even when it stops becoming funny. Something about driving the bit into the ground is very fucking funny to me, much like a giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City, because we've killed every horse. It goes like, stage 1, the bit is funny. Stage 2, okay, the bit's getting a little bit long in the tooth, Brendan. Can we wrap this up? And then stage 3, oh my God, Brendan, shut the fuck up about the giant ball of horse meat. But yeah, I'll never be able to explain it, but in my head, that's the funniest shit imaginable. Did you know that they took every horse? They killed every horse and turned it into a giant horse meatball in the middle of New York City? What do you guys think? Are you guys, hey Raiders, welcome to the stream. Are you pro giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City, or are you anti giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City? I have to know. They've killed every horse is dead. They've taken every bit of meat, and they've made a 10-story tall giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City. I gotta know. Reasonably, this is how I'm going to find out about your personality. This tells me exactly what I need to know. Are you pro giant ball of horse meat or anti giant ball of horse meat? Depends. What are we gonna do with said horse meat? There are so many things you can do with a giant ball of horse meat. You could play with it. You could make little houses with it. I don't know what else. You could live inside of it. You could build a giant apartment building inside of it. You could rent it out to people. You could turn it into an expensive Airbnb with extravagant cleaning fees. Like, hey, why is my Airbnb for the giant ball of horse meat hotel, why is it $500 extra? Well, that's the cleaning fee. You know how much it costs to get skin and hair and debris out of giant, like, horse meat? It's real hard. It's tough. Spiders, man, stealing everybody's spider hands. Never used an Airbnb because I had a friend who used one, and he woke up with the owner of the place just also sleeping in the same room. I stared at an Airbnb in Chicago, and I had a pretty good experience with it. But really, it's like luck of the draw. Airbnbs are kind of shit now. It's really hard to find a good Airbnb, I feel. Hotels literally clean the rooms. You get a free breakfast, and you get privacy, which at an Airbnb, you don't really get anymore. And also, Airbnb motherfuckers really do be like, I'm going to charge you so fucking much in cleaning fees, because at a hotel, they just hire people who do that. I can't believe that hotels are making a huge comeback, and I'm so happy for when the Airbnb market fucking crashes fully. It's going to be so fucking funny. It'll be so epic. I'll be like, Brendan, but what about all those landlords? God, I wish I could eat them. What about all the people who invested in those real estate properties? Fuck them. Oh God, that man is on it! There he goes! I did not know you could attach a man to an object and then throw the man at another man. He's gone. He's dead. That man was stuck on the car door. He's fucking dead. I don't know where the hell he is, but he's fucking gone. Like, I definitively killed a guy. I did not know you could attach a man to a car door and then fucking hit somebody with a car door. I car door hook-handed man that guy. I really did. Fucking scariest shit I ever seen. Yeah, I was fighting Spider-Man. And then he attached me to a car door, which I thought would be the end of it, you see. But then, even better, he took me, and he swung me around all crazy like, all right? Yeah, I get you. He took you around, he swung you around all crazy like. Yeah, and then, let me tell you something. You ain't seen shit until you've seen Spider-Man literally whip your ass around and hit one of your boys with you. Kind of fucked up, kind of crazy. But Spider-Man did drop me 15 feet on my head. How's the ass on this one versus normal Spider-Man? I think fake Spider-Man has a fatter dumpy. Yeah, he has a better ass. He has a fatter ass. I had to see. I had to check it. I'm just following him home. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to follow him home. So, how'd you feel about your day as Spider-Man? Pretty cool, huh? Hey, bro, watch out for that squirrel. Hey, great job avoiding that squirrel. Hey, don't shoot. What are you doing shooting at Spider-Man? What the fuck, dude? You just shot at Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. What the fuck? Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail every time I want to sail. Mail! Fucked up that I'm Spider-Man and I have an Aunt May. Kind of fucking weird, right? 2 bugs in the family? Uncle Ben says, with great power comes great responsibility. But Uncle Bren says, you have all these spider powers? Rob a bank for me. We're going to be so rich. Remember, if you're in New York City on the rooftops and you see a superhero, remember, don't startle them. Hand feed them. It's the most amazing experience in the world. Have you ever hand fed a Wolverine? I have. And to make matters even better, it was that guy who plays Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. You know, I met Hugh Jackman at a grocery store once, and it was a fucking amazing experience. He was, like, right behind me at the grocery store, and he kept poking me and saying, hey, buddy, I'm Hugh Jackman, hey, buddy, hey. But then this woman right behind him had a baby, and the baby was crying, and Hugh Jackman, bless his fucking heart, he turned around, he took his shirt off, he grabbed the baby, and he breastfed right then and there for the mother. He's an incredibly cool guy. I love that Hugh Jackman interview where, like, he's fucking, like, talking to somebody, and he realizes that one of the interviewers is one of his fucking students from when he was a teacher. I fucking love that. That's one of my favorite, like, lol celebrity moments ever. Bird. Spider-Man, eat that bird. Spider-Man, eat that bird. Spider-Man, eat that bird. Spider-Man, you're killing these birds. No, Spider-Man has what we call a bird pocket for him to store bird. Don't you have a bird pocket with which you can store a bird? Got him. Bird captured. J. Jonah Jameson will never talk about how he's seen me eating birds in the middle of New York City. You know, if I was Spider-Man, I would break into J. Jonah Jameson's office. I would web him to his chair. And then I would microwave fish right in front of him. Then I'd pull the fish out, and I'd eat it all in one big Spider-Man bite. And I don't think he'd ever talk shit about me ever again. Or he'd be inclined to talk even more shit about me, which would also be funny. This is why I could never be Spider-Man. I would not be a good person with them. The Spider-Man powers, I'd definitely be evil with them. You know how the Uncle Ben is like, with great power comes great responsibility? I wouldn't care. With great power comes an amazing amount of money. With great power, Peter, comes great responsibility. Nah, I'm gonna steal an Xbox. You fucked up, but actually, do you think Spider-Man has ever thought about using his Spidey senses and like super reflexes to like be a gamer? Because he could make so much fucking money just being an insane fucking gamer. In my Spider-Man universe, Spider-Man's a gamer with insane gaming reflexes from the spider bite. He makes so much gamer money. This is why Marvel will never let me write Spider-Man. Spider-Man would play Xbox. They'd be so mad. What's Spider-Man's gamer tag? Sanji One Piece 69. What do you think it's gonna be? Spider-Man? P. Parker 96? No. Sanji One Piece 99. He fucking loves One Piece. Well, I mean, even without the spider senses, he still has, like, better reflexes than the average human. So, like, even without, like, the spider sense working in video game world, he would still be really good at video games if he learned. Would he love One Piece or Rob Zombie more? Holy shit, you're right. Spider-Man's gamer tag is Dracula Fan 99. He's always singing into the microphone. Dead I am the one exterminator's son, slipping through the trees, conquering the breeze. Fuck, you're so right. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my regular. They should have a comic arc where Spider-Man gets into his biggest problem yet, League of Legends. They should do a Spider-Man arc like they did for Batman. Remember when Batman and the FaZe Clan teamed up? It's a real comic, by the way. I'm fucking sorry. Like, I'm sorry for hitting you with it, but there is, in fact, Batman and FaZe Clan work together to stop crime. I got all the pigeons. I ate all of the birds. I rock Distributor 100. I gotta ask you, since you're a mod on the stream, are you pro Are you pro the giant ball of horse meat or are you anti-giant ball of horse meat? I gotta know. If there was a giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City, are you pro giant horse meat or anti-giant horse meat ball? Well, giant ball of horse meat, giant horse meat ball. It is a sentient giant ball of horse meat, if that helps any. Please stop asking if I'm pro or anti when I just get into the stream. First it was Butter Rat, now it's Horse Ball. Well, Butter Rat knows what he did, but like, what about the giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City? I gotta know. I have to know. What do you think about the giant ball of horse meat in the middle of New York City? I gotta know your opinion on it as one of my mods. Well, Butter Rat knows what Butter Rat did. Butter Rat's controversy was real and it hurt a lot of people. A lot of people thought that was a butter rat when it was in fact a margarine rat. You're anti-ball of horse meat? Why would you be anti-ball of horse meat if you hate horses, though? Because the giant ball of horse meat is the amalgamation of every living horse. Therefore, all horses have been contained. So why would you be anti-ball of horse meat? Interesting. Do you want horses roaming around natively? Interesting. But then you end up with a massive horse meat Katamari rolling around Manhattan. No, it's stuck in Central Park. And since it's the amalgamation of every horse, it also has an incredible amount of horsepower, so it can take us to space. And it also, there is an Airbnb inside of the giant ball of horse meat, we've decided. It solves the housing crisis, and the giant ball of horse meat can go to space. I can't believe I let the chat get back to giant ball of horse meat. I can't believe we're back to it again. Why would I jump back to it? It's my fault. It's not even chat's fault. I brought it up. What the fuck is wrong with me? Remember the movie where they're like, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. Remember that in the movie? Ba 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 beep boop ba 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 beep. Yeah ba ba boop boop ba 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 beep. Yeah ba ba beep. I don't know the song, so all I know is like the beat to it. God, what if Miles Morales said yabba dabba doo or said, "Hey Peter Parker"? I'd love that picnic basket. I don't know why. Miles Morales should say yabba dabba doo. Miles Morales should have a rock car and he should drive it with his feet. Fucked up that his name is Post Malone, because I ain't never seen that motherfucker ever deliver mail. If I was Post Malone and I was having like a mental breakdown, I'd change my name to Malone the Sequel. You know what? Fucked up. He looks like the villain from Halloween 3. Fuck! I hate that I've seen that movie. It's haunting me. Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. That movie is fucking haunting me. Harry Osborn, what are you doing with Stonehenge? Why are you turning kids into bugs? You don't know horror movies. Halloween 1 and 2 are about Michael Myers. Halloween 3 is about a plot to turn kids into bugs using Stonehenge and witch magic. And the more I think about that movie, the more I actually like it. And I fucking knew I would because it's so fucking funny to say, Michael Myers, Stonehenge is turning kids into bugs with witch magic. And androids are there. Crawl, Miles. Crawl through the car. Wouldn't it be fucked up if Miles Morales looked up and Madagascar was playing? Or I guess he'd just look forward and Madagascar would be playing on, like, the fucking SUV's TV. And then he just stopped. He stopped, like, looking for his dad, and he's like, I fucking love this movie. This movie makes me want to not do a stealth section. Miles Morales, stealth section. Miles Morales, nobody ever looks up. Thank God. That's an actual Family Guy bit. It is. Madagascar is so fucking funny, I'm going to merge without looking. It's one of the 2 Family Guy bits that I think are funny. Merge without looking, and, you guys are stupid. They're going to be looking for army guys. Those are the 2 good Family Guy bits, IMO. Miles Vision. You didn't see me. I'm a little secret. I don't know how you didn't see me, but you didn't see me. And then what if lightning struck the coffin, and my dad became Electro 2? Zombie Electro. That'd be so fucking wild. And garbage can. Don't worry. You got us in a city like New York City, the city that never sleeps. I also never sleep. I've been awake for 15 days. It never stops. I hear the voices. I'm Spider-Man. Oh, is that a Mr. Beast shirt? I love Mr. Beast. Whoa, Spider-Man. Have you seen this VHS tape? It's kind of crazy. But there's a disappearing man. If you watch 3 seconds in, he's gone. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, running through the streets, it's Spider-Man. Does he work with his webs? No, he doesn't, because he's Spider-Man, and he is. He's fucking out of webs. Take a cab. No, he can't, because he's broke. Dumbass bitch. Running here in the streets of New York. There he goes, he's Spider-Man. Watch out. Spider-Man's coming for you. In your house, there he is, quiet as a mouse. Wowee. God damn it, Spider-Man. You ate all my food out of the fridge. I'm pissed. I'm mad at Spider-Man. Whoa, 1 second. Yo, that's crazy. Did you know that they put a little man inside of there? Whoa. They put a little man inside of there. I walk up to every street sign whenever it says walk instead of don't walk, and I'm like, can you believe they put a little man inside of every street sign? What the hell? They put a little guy inside of there. What the hell? They put a little guy inside of there. And then it switches over to the red hand. Oh my God, what did they do to the little guy? Where'd he go? Freaking me out. What did they do to the... Why are there so many birds? I'm gonna be real. Can I go into photo mode real quick? How far will it let me go? Because, like, all right, let me... Let's zoom in. That's just a lot of birds, right? That's a really good song.